Rod, thanks for calling in. Let me close this up and give everyone the end screen so they can go and check you out and click on all your links. Love it. What a great interview that was. Brilliant. How are you today, sir? Good to have you.
Excellent. Doing well. How you doing, Martyn?
I'm doing good. I'm always doing good, mate. You live every day until you don't. That's what I say. Virgin Galactic, SPCE stock. Last week, we were very bullish, giving it, this can give it $10. We were like 32% short interest. It was doing lovely. And now it's sold off. Well, investors bought it and took profits. There's nothing wrong. You never lose money by taking profits. But let's remind ourselves, it's still up 6.73% on the week. But also we need to remind ourselves in how well the S&P is doing right now. This was massively oversold, 19.7 times earnings. I went all in, used all my cash, bought all my margin, couldn't buy anymore. And 5,000 is my all-time high a day position. We're just coming up to that now, only $190 away for an all-time gain record. But we're talking Virgin Galactic right now. It's worth mentioning the S&P because it gives you a colour of the day. And we have a special guest in the live stream today. I'm making this live. Rod from Powell Group is here, and he's just bought. Little spoiler for you. He's bought on this dip today. We're down today. If we look at it, we're down 5.2, and he's got a specific reason why he's down. So if you want to know why he's down, some analysis here from one of my friends, Powell Group. I will give you the link to his channel. It'll be below in the comments and the description and everywhere else, and even in the title at the end there'll be a little tag. You can click on it and go and check out Powell's YouTube channel. He's just coming up to 10,000 subscribers. He'll be really excited when he gets there. He's maybe a week away and he'll be there. It'll be marvelous. So there you go. Tap the like button, subscribe, and let's bring in our star guest today. So from Powell Group, Rod from Canada. How are you today, sir? Good to have you.
Excellent. Doing well. How you doing, Martyn?
I'm doing good. I'm always doing good, mate. You live every day until you don't. That's what I say. And it's wonderful to have you here. And you just told me in the chat, you're buying Virgin Galactic on the dip. Why are you buying? What's going on? What's your thoughts?
Yes. So we mentioned last time on the previous live stream that did some analysis, showed there was a bearish continuation pattern, inverse head and shoulders potentially lining up, but we were a little premature, so we were waiting for that right shoulder. Again, we don't have a crystal ball either, so we were just looking for this preliminary pattern that was forming. So one thing I've learned, with exposure to crypto and MJ stocks, always be patient. Can always go lower than you think, even when the stock's down. 97% from all-time high. It can continue to go lower and even lower than you think.
50% every day. Stock can go down 50% every day.
People think they're getting a good deal when it's at 50% down from all-time high, and here we are down 97%. Can always go lower. Just being patient. But thank you very much for the introduction. I really appreciate it, and I know we talked about short squeeze being an option. One thing I noticed was the volume did end up exceeding the highest volume day. The last time we had that much volume was back in February of 2022. So it's been a while now. Could be a bit of a precursor here to a pretty significant move on the horizon.
Good stuff. Now, you've also got some charts, right? Some technical stuff. Right. So is there something you'd like to share with me on that?
Sure.
So, Rod, tell me, what are we looking at here?
We're looking at the daily time frame here at the moment. So this would be the pattern that I alluded to on the previous time we spoke. So the inverse head and shoulders, this is generally what you find near the end of a bear trend. And there's no way to really know if this is the end of the bear trend until it confirms. So when we were looking at this last time, it hadn't confirmed yet. It still hasn't confirmed. We were very premature. We were just looking at the head. The last time I mentioned, I think we were somewhere around here, around that $4 area. I mentioned we could keep pumping up to around the 464 level. We actually pumped to around 444. And I mentioned that the daily EMAs, the EMA 12 and 26 specifically, were quite a ways away before we saw those cross. So when that happens, generally, you could potentially top out and then see them tighten up a little bit. And then when those cross, that tends to be bullish. When the shorter term is above the longer term and they cross, that's bearish. As you can see here in this example, we saw downward pressure as a result. And the last time we crossed bullish, it was a long time ago. If we just reset this chart, I think I mentioned this last time. Yeah, the last time we had a bull cross was all the way back in November of 20. Actually, there was a small one here, but the last time we had a significant pump, that went about 70%. We had one here, and this one went about 30%. So there's only been a couple of bull crosses. Mentioned that we were quite a ways away before those saw another bull cross, and here they are tightening up. So this is looking good for a bullish continuation pattern, which is the inverse head and shoulders that was forming. We have the head now, and we're establishing the right shoulder. And as you can see, we're maintaining this level here. We had support at $4 psychological. We dipped to around 387. Could be a bit of a bear trap here, but backtesting those EMAs beautifully. And we will look for this right shoulder to potentially form. And then if we can get 2, preferably 3 candle closes above that resistance line there at 464, we'll look for this bullish reversal pattern to play out, which is the inverse head and shoulders. And then you just move it out to your neckline. You're looking at about a move up to around 763, which we also mentioned. I believe it was the 200 weekly moving average was somewhere around $8. We can bring that up in just a second, but that's looking good here. So
just hold that thought, Rod. Just hold that thought. I just got to bring some breaking news. It's an exciting moment for all of us on the show. Just hit another a record forever, $5,000 in one day. That's my biggest single gain in one day. $5,000 up. That's buying the dips over and over again. Absolutely great. I'm really excited about that. I've never seen it pass through 5,000. I said to you, all goes well. I have a potentially $60,000 day if everything goes well. So we're just starting, but 5,000 isn't bad. Anyway, Rod, thank you for that. I'm going to come back to you now. I just wanted to cover that as it happened live.
Congratulations.
Thank you, mate.
Love
it's exciting.
Absolutely. Well, like I said, added the dip today. Was looking at potentially adding, like I said, down 97%. Very attractive. I think the space exploration, whether it's tourism, what have you. I think it's going to be a massive industry, right? And we're talking trillions and trillions of dollars. So this is an industry that we shouldn't turn a blind eye to, in my opinion. And I think it's right up there with crypto, blockchain. I do believe that there's going to be massive wealth generation opportunities here with this sector, and just waiting for that right shoulder to pan out is sort of my game plan. We did have a monthly bear flag that confirmed as well. I'll just bring that up here. The target on the monthly bear flag was 235, and the low of the dump here was $2.85. So we came very, very close to hitting that target. In terms of percentages, we were only about 17% away. So we'd love to see this daily inverse head and shoulders play out and confirm. Like I said, haven't confirmed it yet, but we're well on the way. And shout out to all the SPCE investors. Obviously, not financial advice.
Mm-hmm.
I don't buy or sell anything just because I bought or sold.
Absolutely. I get this all the time. People say, I followed you, and very rarely people do anyway, because if anyone followed me, they'd only own the S&P. And someone was very upset this morning going, well, hang on a minute. You said Virgin Galactic would be up at $10 and we'd be getting a short squeeze. Well, I can't tell you the day it's going to happen or whatever, but we can tell you what we're doing, what the chart is saying. Rod just told you he's bought and what he feels about it. Rod, what is your long-term projection on this? A year out from now, because Delta will be flying, hopefully. Where do you see it then? Any thoughts on that?
Well, taking a look at the monthly time frame, it's actually a monthly inverse head and shoulders that could be forming as well. So it's
funny how you're looking. I'm going to bring that chart up again if you want to show that. But it's funny how you went straight to the chart there. See, this is the difference way of it. There's no right and wrong. Both together are important. It's why me and Sensei work so closely together. Charts, technicals, fundamentals, relationships, they're all part of it. When I ask that question, you see Rod straight looking at the chart. What does the chart tell me? Whereas when I think about where it's going, it's from me talking to those that work there and what the projects are and how many customers are about to buy tickets, how many have bought tickets, what's going on. So you put the two together and that gives you the full story. But equally, I think both are as valid as the other one. So you were going to give me a chart and your thoughts on that. Let me go over to that now. Rod, give me your thoughts here.
Yeah, it's funny you say that. I get that all the time. People saying, I follow this person, XYZ, on whatever platform, and they're saying, we have a price target of this. The stock was just upgraded, and they give some sort of, fundamental or value investing principle, right? Whether it be like a different price to earnings ratio, and they say the stock should be this price. And then I look at the chart and I basically come to that same conclusion. And, the more information you have, the better. And there's no right or wrong way. There's only your way. And, it never hurts to consider all angles. And one
Absolutely.
thing, I can't remember if it was Warren Buffett or one of his long-term followers. I think it was Warren Buffett who said, never buy a stock without looking at the chart first, right? So you might not have to be, you don't have to be a technical analysis guru, but you certainly don't want to be loading the bag at all-time highs or anything like that. That's
I don't think that matters too much on the S&P if you're a long-term investor, because it's always going to go up, and I would rather buy an asset that is ever increasing in value and will always go up in value, just even if it went sideways, purely for printing money and inflation purposes. Right. That's different than a speculative stock like crypto or Virgin Galactic. Anyway, what are we looking at here, Rod?
So on the monthly time frame, I mentioned we had a monthly bear flag. So we'll just take a look at that real quick here. So if you take your fib tool, go from the high to the low of this dump here, you can see that we started the monthly bounce. It was a weak bounce. Anything under 24.95 was a potential monthly bear flag. We had the weakest bounce ever, really. And then we came down, lost support there at 527. You just take your measured move there from the high to the low, move it out to your 0.32 fib, and it was saying 235 was the target. And then, like I said, we hit 285, came within about 17% of that target. And now we're looking at, just like on the daily time frame that I just brought up a moment ago, we were looking at the daily inverse head and shoulders, which is that smaller pattern here. And then we can zoom out to the monthly and we can look for a similar, and it's basically the same as what I was describing the first time I came on your show, and we were just starting to form the head. So again, we don't have a crystal ball. We don't know for sure, but we're forming the head here now. The difference is when we were looking at the daily time frame, it had already started the daily bounce and we were already well underway to the neckline. Whereas here, we're just basically topping out at the head point, right? So if this is our bottom, and there's a very good chance that it is, right? Like I said, down about 97% from the all-time high. If we go out here to the all-time high to that low, I guess 99%. So there's a good chance that this is our bottom. We had our monthly bear flag target pretty much reached. And then if we start the monthly bounce, in order to start the monthly bounce, we have 7 days left in this candle. So let's say next month, it could happen theoretically this month if we break 481. I'm in the camp of thinking it's probably going to be a next month thing. If let's say theoretically we start the month next month, we have a brand new candle open up, we break 444, the high of this month, and assuming that is the high next month, then we would start the monthly bounce. Then we would look for the neckline to come up, retest, form another right shoulder. Doesn't have to form a right shoulder, right? This would just be a pattern that we'd be looking for at the end of a bear trend, reversing into a bullish reversal. And then if we do see that right shoulder form, that could potentially happen somewhere around 527, but the neckline would bring us up to around $8. And again, that's lining up sort of with my thinking of that daily inverse head and shoulders, would bring us somewhere around to that $6, $7 range. And if we continue higher up to around that $8 mark, that would bring us up to monthly resistance at 819, could potentially top out there, form a right shoulder. And then again, just like we did with the daily time frame, we go from the head to the neckline. We move that out to our neckline as a measured move. And that's also lining up with that 0.382 fib at $25 that I mentioned before, which would also bring us just in the middle of our monthly EMAs here as well. And one thing we know about moving averages, whether it be exponential or simple moving averages, we tend to gravitate back toward them, right? We get extended to the upside, extended to the downside, confirm it as support, then resistance, then we trend lower, resistance, resistance, resistance. So if we can get above it, even weekly EMA 26 would bring us up to around $6. So again, we have a lot of confluence in that area saying around $6, but hard to say, hard to put a timeline on anything. But if we could say, maybe this year, so by this logic, start the monthly bounce next month, maybe in the next couple months, make it up to around $8, maybe towards the end of 2025, beginning of 2026. That's realistically, possible that we could see that inverse head and shoulders play out sometime around October, if not beginning of 2026. And I think $25 is a pretty realistic time frame.
Absolutely.
Time frame and target.
Wow, that's great. I love it. Thank you ever so much, Rod, for all your thoughts on that. A lot to get out of that. If you'd like to replay this back or pause it and go back again and study those charts, if you can zoom in and get some more detail that way. Also, if you've got any comments or questions, leave it below in the comments. I'm making this live, so later on this will be a video. In about 2 hours from now, it'll be a video. Leave your comments below. I'm sure Rod will notice the comments and he will be able to answer your questions, and then it will link to his channel as well. So his comment is like a calling card, if you like, on here on the channel. So go and check out further analysis from Rod. That's great. I love it, Rod. Absolutely brilliant. I'm really excited. We've got so much to look forward to once we get over 2nd of April, when all these tariffs are fully out there and we know exactly where we're going. I think that's why mainly the markets are up now. They've oversold everything, I believe anyway. The S&P certainly 19.7 times earnings, forward PE.
Yeah, and there's still no major chart damage, right, on the macro. If you zoom out, look at the monthly time frame. We did the same thing back in October of 2023. It pulled back about 10.5% from the all-time high to the low of this month. We're down 10.5%. So it's literally verbatim. And we didn't lose the monthly uptrend. We didn't confirm a monthly downtrend. We're still in a monthly uptrend. This is a nice lower wick forming on the monthly candle. I don't think there's anything to be worried about, at least not right
from peak to trough, it was 13%, I think it was, and I managed to when I got paid on the 21st, so like you would have done on the 21st, I doubled up and I bought as many at that lower level as I could with my margin, and because when I brought my income in, it doubled. My buying power doubled. It does that with margin. So if you earn $5,000, you've now got 10. And I just spent the whole lot and I bought everything I can to buy that dip. If I feel that the markets are getting a little bit overheated, or I think there's bigger worries down the road, I can always trim back and reduce margin if I want to, and I can sell from the bottom of the pile, or I can sell the ones that have just made a bit of money if I don't want to pay any tax or whatever it might be. But I'm very bullish for the rest of the year. You're from Canada. How are you feeling with all the tariffs, all the drama? You've got a new prime minister now, right? Mark Carney. Yep. He was the former Bank of England governor. Don't know if you knew that, from being Bank of England.
I did, yeah.
So yeah,
pretty crazy.
Yeah.
It's interesting to say the least. And then, they had a snap election called for April 28th, which, coming up here in just a little over a month. So, with this whole, I think it's probably a smart move because the Liberals are behind. And again, I'm not political. I don't support any party. No. I support Pow Group and Martyn Lucas Investor.
That's it. That's all we do. So,
but on a more serious note, I think it's probably smart from a political standpoint. The Liberals are already behind in the polls, and the fact that all this tariff stuff is coming to the forefront, they can use that as a bargaining chip to say that we're going to use this as a way to capture more votes and say we're going to put an end to this, and then Pierre Poilievre is kind of maybe like wrapped around Trump's thumb or something like that. But now they're saying the same thing about Carney. So who knows? It's such a dog-eat-dog world in the political sphere. That's why I can't stand it. But we'll see what happens. And, I was just at a restaurant yesterday, and they had all, like, the whole wine shelf was bare. They had zero alcohol from the U.S. available. And I asked, like, what are you going to do with it all? She's like, we'll just put it in the basement or put it in the back. And then once it all kind of goes away and the tariffs go away, we'll bring it back out again. I'm like, what is the point? And then, it's just so silly when you think about it, because
we're not going to sell it, but we will next week when it's all back to normal.
And we'll increase your Canada tariffs, and then Canada's going to increase their tariffs. It's just, it doesn't make any sense to me, really. It's very, very, very silly.
As we all know here, the market is about uncertainty. The most important thing.
It's a distraction, I think.
Yeah, it allows real investors the chance to just buy dips. I mean, I've been able to buy what the market was 6 months ago. And I've grown since then. I've earned more money since then. I put more money in so I could borrow more money on margin so I could buy more stock. It's kind of great. Yep. At the time it's horrible, but you look at it back in 5 years, and now look back at these, look back on these first 3 months of Trump's presidency, going, well, it was really quite good for me, actually. I actually loved the dip. So it's great. Rod, before I let you go, I'm going to share with everybody on the screen your wonderful YouTube channel. There it is. This is Rod, Powell Group. I have to say, I do like his colours. For those of you who don't know, right, I'm from Cornwall in England, all right? One of the most oldest parts of the world. And we have what's called the St. Piran's flag. And we're all about black and gold. So this gives the Martyn Lucas seal of approval, this black and gold, very, very Cornish. I'm loving it. And Rod, I'm very excited to see you growing on YouTube, and I can't wait to see you hit 10,000 subscribers.
Thank you very much.
That won't take long at all. You're growing all the time, and it's wonderful to see you. And thanks for being on the show today.
That. Have you seen? My pleasure. Have you seen Trump's Liberty Financial website? You should bring it up real quick.
Liberty Financial website.
I think he stole it from Powell Group. Even the logo looks very similar. It's like an eagle.
Well, hang on a minute. Hang on. Can you let me just make you just where are you in the chat? Just say something in the chat for me. I'll make you a moderator just for a second, and then you can do a link. So if you there we go. I'll make you a moderator. Then you can give me a link. So if I just add as a moderator. There you go. Don't ban anybody for the next 5 minutes. There you go. You go, right, that's it. I'm banning everyone. Now you can put a link in because you are a moderator. If you share that link again. Oh, there you go. Now I can click on that. There you go. And I've got that. Let me just change that. That's it. Right. Oh, blimey. Hey, yeah.
Pretty similar.
Yeah, look at this. Look at this. Yeah, it really does. This is Donald Trump's, let me just reject the cookies for a minute. I don't need any cookies from there. But yeah, the colors.
Mm-hmm. If you click on that first button over there.
Which?
That one there.
This one?
It's very, just click on that. It's very similar.
I live in the US. Okay. Oh my God, yes.
Even the eagle.
yeah, I was just thinking that. Yeah, let me just click on you again. And let me just go to channel. Here you are, folks. Look. Yeah, look at that. You're right there. Look, there's Powell Group. There's our Rod. Look, and then you go to Donald Trump. Oh my God. Yeah, same color scheme, fonts, colors, logo. I love it. There you go. Well, there you go. You got an impression there. Donald Trump obviously loves what you're doing. He's following you. Very good.
Yep.
Oh, let me just clear that away.
Stu has become a member.
Stu.
Thank you so much.
Stu.
Welcome, Stu. I think he's celebrating his 2-month badge. Hey, you never guess what? Talking about members, Rod. Just before I let you go, did you see what happened the other day with the platinum investment?
$500 one, yeah.
What was that all about? I couldn't believe it. I set it up for a laugh. I thought, what's the highest membership you can do? And it's like the highest you can go is 500. You can't put 10,000 in. Yeah. It's 500.
That's weird, eh?
I'll put it in.
I don't know why they put a cap on it.
Yeah, that's weird, isn't it? What if somebody would pay $1,000 a month? I mean, think about it. Who's going to do that?
If you look at the marketing budget for most corporations, if you've got $1 billion market cap or a few $100 million, they're spending like 10 or 20 grand on marketing or different types of promotional stuff, right? So to appeal to like the corporate side, $500 is nothing.
But because you pay 30% to YouTube, though, you wouldn't take a corporate sponsorship through that. I would, because all my members are. All my sponsors are my viewers. I don't take corporate sponsorship. It's just not my thing. The biggest I had was 30 grand. I got offered $30,000 to do a crypto project, which is hilarious because I know nothing about crypto really. I'll leave it to Sensei. Right? And they wanted to pay me.
You gotta be careful with that stuff.
Can you imagine? Can you imagine paying me $30,000 to champion a crypto? And I'm going to talk all about it. I'll just go to Sensei and Sensei will go, do I get the 30 grand? No, it's my channel, But I couldn't believe it. So what I did.
Sometimes it's best to just disassociate with that kind of stuff because you make 30 grand to be sued $1 million later.
Exactly. I'm not interested, right? Anyway. So I thought, what can I give someone who's going to pay me $500 as a membership? And I thought, well, you get everything, you get bronze, silver and gold. I thought, I got to come up with something else. So I make one-on-one videos. So if he messages me and says, can you make me a video all about Virgin Galactic? It just goes to him. No one else ever. It's just a private video. As long as I ain't got to sit here naked. I'm not doing naked videos. I don't care who you are. Right? No one wants to see that. Yeah.
Price goes up.
yeah. It's 500 membership plus a $500 super chat. Still wouldn't do it. somebody would screenshot it and it'd be all over YouTube. Somebody would get hold of it and they'd share it out. No, not doing that. Anyway, Rod, thank you ever so much for calling in. Absolutely brilliant.
Pleasure.
Let me end this video. And just before I let you go, tell everybody what they get on your channel. Should they choose to click to the end thing, the thing that I'm going to give them in a minute, what would they get on your channel? Why should anyone go and check you out as opposed to me?
Well, your channel is absolutely fantastic.
Yeah.
Not downplaying that. If you're looking for a place, a home for MJ stocks, crypto, chart technical analysis, fundamental analysis, you can come check us out. Like I said, we focus primarily on the MJ industry, and then secondarily, we focus on crypto and blockchain. We love XRP, we love Tilray, so come join the extended family to Martyn Lucas Investor. And,
exactly the same, but it's in black and gold. We're all green and purple, black and gold, whatever you like. I wear a yellow tie. In fact, look, I just realised you got the little crest thing on there. That matches my tie as well. That.
Look at that.
Well thought out.
It's almost like we planned it.
Have you got your XRP out? Have you got that to hand?
Yeah.
Hang on then.
Yeah.
All right then. There we go.
I keep it close by always.
There we go. Look at that. Now I'm a
YouTuber.
Yeah, there we go. Now we're proper YouTubers. Look at that. Now there you go. That's how you do that.
There we go.
Brilliant. Rod, thanks for calling in. Let me close this up and give everyone the end screen so they can go and check you out and click on all your links. Love it. What a great interview that was. Brilliant. There's Rod from Power Group. Should I take my hat off? I'll take my hat off there. I'll take my hat off. I got this one, right? Because if you're a piano man, you've got to have a Billy Joel hat. So there you go. How about that? There you go. When I'm cleaning windows. Right, so there was Rod from Power Group. Go and check him out if you like. That looks silly. Take that off. Works when I'm singing the piano man. Doesn't work when I'm doing this, does it? Go and check out Rod. Links are all above my head. Click up here. Yep, click up here. Down below in the description. Also pinned to the comments. No one does that. Rod should do that. Make sure you always pin to the comments because everyone finds the comments at the top, right? New little feature there. Little Rod, give you a little tip there. In the comments, pin to the top, right? And over here, I shall put Virgin Galactic playlist and I'll put Rod's channel. You can go and check it out. Thank you very much indeed. Until next time, as always, take care of yourselves and each other.